So hey y'all, this is Mr. Clark. I am out here at the East Texas Arboretum. You can see the sign right there. I'm on the bog walk. Thought I'd take this opportunity to do a little bit of a sort of like a public service announcement kind of thing about this whole COVID-19 deal. Just kind of a little bit of an explanation about what's going on, what you need to be aware of, the risks. For us, you guys who are all teenagers and me who I'm a young adult, relatively young adult, the risk is not great for us. Getting sick, feeling ill, having health consequences of COVID-19, this is not a big deal for us. The thing we need to be worried about is contracting the virus and spreading it. Because people like us, who our immunities are developed, there's not much risk of us. We could be sick, but we're very unlikely to be killed by this thing. Now, you could contract it and then unknowingly spread it to someone who is at much more risk than you are. For example, a young infant baby or your grandparents, older folks, people who are 60 and above. Now these folks worldwide, people with compromised immune systems, people who are older, has a 5% fatality rate, which is actually pretty high. So for us, the precautions that we take, it's all about prevention of spreading. It's not about worrying about whether we get sick or not. So if you're worried about your younger brother, younger sister, nieces, nephews, aunts, uncles, grandparents, then the whole social distancing thing and personal quarantine, that's in order to protect them, not to protect us. So the whole staying 10 meters apart, that's less to protect you guys and more to protect those who are at risk. Now, the reason why this 10 meters apart rule exists, 10 feet apart rule exists, is because COVID-19 is not, it can be spread through hand-to-hand contact, like touching your face and then touching a door, or touching your phone and then, putting your hand on the counter, for example. That is a possibility for it to be spread that way, but that is unlikely. Most likely the way it's going to be spread is by droplets. And what that means is literally what it means is microscopic spit that flies out of your mouth and into someone else's mouth, or out of someone else's mouth and into your mouth. If you are 6 feet away, it is almost impossible for you to contract in this way. You're just too far away for someone's spit to float into your mouth or some other mucus gland of yours. If you are within that 6 meter range, is a small percentage. 6 foot range is a small percentage to contract, and then within a 3 foot, it's pretty probable that you will contract it this way. It actually is quite contagious. So the social distancing, the purpose of that is again to keep the virus from spreading any further than it already has. And I don't need to tell you guys that people in America are dying from this thing. People in Italy are dying by the droves. This is a very deadly disease. It's something we should take seriously. It's not something that should frighten us, not something that should scare us, but it's something that we should definitely take seriously. And that brings me back to the East Texas Arboretum, where I am right now. It is open here every single day, which means you can come here, stretch your legs, get out of the house, get away from mom and dad, get away from little brother, little sister, and, change the pace a little bit. I like it out here. I've been coming pretty regularly because it is one of the few places that is still open. And the nice thing about these natural reserves is people social distance naturally. Because when you come out here, you want to be sort of off on your own. You don't want to be near other folks. So you don't have to worry about crowding, people crowding into you like you would at a place like Walmart, for example. So this, just to start us off, now that we're all back here together, getting our lessons going again, I thought I'd do a little brief public service announcement about the East Texas Arboretum, about COVID-19, things that we need to be doing. things, rules that have been discussed that we need to be enforcing to keep everybody healthy, not just ourselves. And I'm gonna be hanging out here at the East Texas Arboretum, so y'all are more than welcome to come out and see me sometime. I'll come, 3-4 times a week just to change things up. But this is Mr. Clark. I will be updating you guys at least once a week from now until the end of the 9 weeks. Stay tuned for a more lesson-oriented video, which I'll be posting up tomorrow morning, that will inform you guys about the curriculum for the rest of the 9 weeks for you guys. And for those of you that have to work on IGC, that's something to be keeping an eye out for as well, because those of you that are involved in IGC are still responsible for that. But we'll talk about that at a little bit later of a date. So this is Mr. Clark signing out from East Texas Arboretum. Stay safe, wash your hands,